asking for support, I'm sure for the people around you, for those barriers that you spoke about, I'm sure is really important too. You mentioned chronotypes. I'm sure that's something that you work through with your course. I did look into them. That was pretty cool too. That's something I had not heard of before. So it's so interesting how deep you can get into sleep and the science behind it. And we're like really just scratching the surface when we talk about sleep from like a layman's terms, like when we haven't like really like studied it. So again, like your services are so needed in that way because it is so individualized. Do you have any advice for people that are switching from day shift to night shift or night shift to day shift?
Yeah. Um, so I mean, I think when you have a rotating schedule, it really bringing in as much support for you from your support network is going to be really important. Or even just if you're working day shift or night shift. I mean, when you're working shift work, your family is also kind of working shift work with you, right?
Yes.
And I think those are just really important conversations to have with those people close to you. Like, hey, this is how I need your support. You know, my phone's going to be on silent from these days to these days, or these times to these times. Or having some sort of a shared family's calendar, even like this is, I'm not working today, but I have to sleep, so I'm not available.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when you're shifting between nights and days, yeah, you really do have to, you have to prep for it.
Yeah.
That sleep wake schedule, consider it part of your job, right? Like it is part of your job is to also set aside that time or to plan for when you're going to need to be sleeping and when you're going to need to be waking. Um, and there's not this idea that like you have to tough it out, right? Like you're just not tough enough for this schedule or this shift. Um, that's really defeating, right? It's just that
Mm-hmm.
you haven't figured out what your needs are and what works best for you yet. But we really can thrive in lots of different types of schedules if we put the intention to it.
Mm-hmm. I think I hear the overarching theme that everyone's body is profoundly different. So, in the same way that medications, exercise, certain allergies are present in different people, certain sleep regimens might work for some people and not for others. So, really tuning into what might work for your body, a lot of trial and error, but not giving up along the way and knowing that you don't have to suffer with poor sleep and that there are plenty of options out there.